Alright, sharpshooters, 3 rules for home defense with a firearm. These are very important and probably some of the things you haven't thought of a whole lot before. Hopefully I can help to educate you a little bit and get you thinking in a new line of thinking here. Number 1, where's the bullet going? Now, I have what I call red zones and green zones. And that's basically where I'm allowed to shoot, directions I'm allowed to shoot and directions I'm not allowed to shoot here in my home. What you have to realize is when you're shooting, right, shooting with whatever your defensive firearm is, Glock, your rifle, whatever, your bullet may pass through a target completely. Your bullet may miss your target completely. The latter is much more dangerous. If your bullet keeps going through the target, either you miss it or it just penetrates through and keeps going, where's the bullet going? That's where your red zones and green zones come into play. There are some areas in my home I am not permitted to shoot towards. And that's because, well, somebody's probably over there. Somebody I love, I want to take care of and protect. In my home, I come out of my bedroom right here. In the night, hear something come out of my room with my pistol drawn or whatever weapon I've got, I've got to be real conscious of my red zones. This from here over, whole area of my house, from here over, that's my red zone. I can't fire over there. I have bedrooms where my little kids sleep all over there. That means my only green zone is a small bit over here. That's my green zone. What that means is that if I come out with a pistol or with a rifle or a shotgun, if I come out of my bedroom armed because I think somebody might be in the home, I have to work my way to this side so more of my shots are over into my green zone off here. I'm going to come out of my door and I'm going to work my way this way as I'm adjusting my eyes to the light and seeing what's going on, so that all of my shooting will be towards the green zone, this side. I can't be over here shooting that way. That's all red zone. I can't do that. So green zones and red zones. Take a walk through of your house. Figure out where your primary defensive positions would be. Number 1 is usually your bedroom door. Open the bedroom door. Okay, from my bedroom doorway, what is a red zone, what's a green zone? Where are areas I cannot shoot towards because if that bullet were to miss or to go through a target, it could really hurt somebody I care about. Identify your red zones and your green zones. Keep that in mind at all times. Not just the concern of possibly injuring someone in your own house, but how about injuring someone outside of your house? Full home bullet pass through. That's not hard to do. Most of my guns will shoot completely through my home from where I'm standing. I'm in a little trailer house, lightweight walls. Doesn't take anything at all to go through these walls. Even in your home, your standard home with 1/2-inch drywall construction and 7/16 plywood or OSB on the outside with some siding, shucks, a 22 will go through 2 interior walls and an exterior wall if it doesn't have brick or concrete on it. A 22 from a pistol usually will. Any of your hunting rifles will do that. 12-gauge slugs, 12-gauge buckshot can even do something like that at close range. Any standard defensive pistol round will go through 2 interior walls and an exterior wall and still have force left enough to hurt somebody. You got to consider that. If you're in a populated area, if you have neighbors close by, okay, well, what do? If I'm shooting and I know there's something like a 50-50 chance one of those bullets is going to go through all my walls and that's the neighbor's house right over there, I better not do that unless my exterior wall is made of brick or concrete. Then I might be able to get away with it. Well, what do? Okay, I don't have a brick or concrete wall outside. You got to think about your calibers and the power of firearms you're using. I mean, we all like to get big guns, powerful guns. I like my 10mm here. I love this thing, but I can get some seriously heavy penetrating powerful rounds out of this pistol that are not applicable to a home defensive use where I'm at in my little trailer house here. Your standard hollow points, okay, those will do pretty good on a soft tissue target against a person. Most of them are going to penetrate through, or almost all the way through, depends on your angle and the size of the person. Remember though, if you miss your target entirely, still quite likely, with at least one bullet, where's that bullet going to go? Okay, how much power are we talking to be safe when you miss the target completely? It depends on your home construction. It depends on your outer wall construction. Pretty much, if you have standard home construction, there's two main options that are given to you so that you won't have to really worry at all about that bullet going out through your house and into the next door's house, or at least minimize that risk, and that is by using the AR-15 or a similar small caliber high velocity rifle that's going to basically disintegrate the bullet very shortly after contact with any solid object, or with a shotgun. My go-to in my home is my shotgun. 12 gauge pump action, my old 1950s shotgun that weighs half a ton. My load for this is birdshot, 7.5 target load / birdshot. It's got very little penetration. You know, some people rag on me for that. Well, you're not going to have enough penetration to do anything, Jordy. Well, I'll tell you what. We're talking short distance here. From the doorway to my bedroom, my furthest shot is about 25 feet. At 20 feet, I know for a fact this 12 gauge with a load of birdshot will punch through both sides of a car door. I know that this 12 gauge with a load of birdshot at 20 feet will create a wound cavity about the size of a softball, completely disintegrated about the size of a softball, into a soft flesh target. Much further than 20 feet, it starts to pitter out a little bit, but at home defense distances, for most homes, unless you've got a big, real big home, don't rule out a shotgun with birdshot. If I throw a buckshot in here, it's going to penetrate too far from my home, and that'll be dangerous. But with birdshot, I'm going to penetrate the first wall, both sides of it, and at that point the majority of the energy has been used up, and it's not going to do a whole lot anymore. Not much at all. I also went so far as to go and put a bookshelf and a couch up on my back wall in my red zone towards where my kids' bedrooms are. So if something does happen, I have a little more protection in that area. Number 2, penetration factor. Okay, a shotgun will hardly penetrate with birdshot. That's like your number 1 least penetrating cartridge is a shotgun with birdshot. Number 2 is a lightweight, fast cartridge, lightweight, fast rifle that's firing something like a varmint round. All right, your AR-15 is a great example of that. Your standard AR-15 doesn't penetrate very far. If you throw a varmint round in it, it's going to penetrate significantly less yet. So pretty low penetration. Next down from that is something like your hollow point ammo. Hollow point ammo doesn't penetrate as far as Full Metal Jacket or your military ball ammo, but it's penetrating more than your shotguns and your fast deteriorating high-speed lightweight bullets like the 223 from an AR-15. All right. Number 3 is optics. Your optics. Optics play a big role. I have, well, all main types of optics. I mean, I like classic iron sights. This one's actually night sights, but it's a fancy dancy iron sights. The iron sights are just standard sights. They're simple, they're crude, they work, they don't work when it's dark well. If you're shooting iron sights at night, you're going to be shooting purely instinctive, unless you flip all the lights on. That's an issue. Look at something like night sights if you want to, the glow-in-the-dark stuff. They'll work better at night. mean, my shotgun, I've just got the bead on it. It's a crude iron sight, and I'm plenty accurate with that because I've practiced a ton. But iron sights are hard at night. You can't see, you can hardly see what you're aiming at. You can't see what you're aiming. You got to start flipping on lights or have a flashlight. You've got to have some kind of a way to see your sights. Alright, go with lasers. I've got a laser on my 1022 here. Here we go. This thing is easy to aim with. A good quality tactical laser. It's bright enough that you can't miss it when you turn it on. There is no missing your sighting point on a quality, bright tactical laser. Right, scopes. This scope would be about the worst option ever. Yes, I know I'm only holding half a rifle right now, but that's okay. I cannot aim with this scope in my home. It's a approximate guess at best, and it takes me a few seconds to get that guess. You can use a low power scope, or what's real popular is the low power varied optic or variable optic scope. Low power variable optic scopes. They're a standard tactical style rifle scope. They're incredibly useful and effective, usually something like a 1 to 4 power zoom or a 2 to 8 power zoom. Highly functional in a close quarter scenario because they're made that way. So optics, go with what you can see the best and the quickest, what you can use the quickest. Generally something like a red dot, which by the way I have here, my red dot. Fast becoming my favorite sight of all is my red dot. Red dots, lasers, your tactical scopes. A lot of your tactical scopes have a red dot in them. If you have never played with the red dot, I strongly urge you to. In fact, if you've not played much with the red dot, go down to your local gun store or a friend who's got a red dot on a gun, try it out, and try this. Right, turn it on. Look on it. I'm using my standard shooting side. Right hand, right eye. Okay. Sweet. Now switch sides. Something interesting. I'm still right eye dominant. My right eye is still doing 90% of the work. I can still see that red dot from my left eye. Just go ahead and try it. Turn it on and just see how quick and easy you find that dot. It's so bright, especially in a dark room, kind of like it's bright over here because I got my recording lights on. It's really dark on that side of the room. It shows up so good. Then turn over. Use your non-dominant eye. Whoa, there it is again. It shows up super fast. Red dots are amazing for switching shooting sides from your dominant to your non-dominant side, because they're pretty darn easy to see even with your non-dominant. Anyways, 3 rules of home defense. Don't forget, alright, where's the bullet going? Red zones and green zones. Don't fire it towards red zones. You can only fire towards green zones. Will the bullet exit all the way through your house? Maybe you have room for that. Maybe you don't. Choose a firearm caliber and a cartridge type appropriately. Well, thanks for watching Michigan Sharpshooters. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found something useful out of it. Don't forget to think about these points as you're looking around your own house and figuring out how they apply to you. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Don't forget to click the like button if you feel so inclined, and look for more good, useful content. I'll see you later. Bye now.